Welcome to this episode of Small Bike Stuff. We're here with the Super Cub 125. I actually saw these for the first time in a Cub house in Bangkok in 2018. They feature in the very first video ever made on released on Small Bike Stuff, and that was filmed in July 2018. So first things first, we've got the Honda PGM-FI 125. This is a semi-automatic. There's your head, and it's basically the same as all the other Honda 125 engines. The only difference with this one really is that it doesn't have kickstart, so you've got electric start only. It can be a little bit punishing, like mentality wise. It makes me feel that I'd have less confidence in the bike if, you know, the battery went flat or anything. But in saying that, you can just roll start these, let go of the gear and pop it into gear, I guess. You roll start it with the shifter pushed all the way down in neutral, let go of the shifter when you're rolling, and it should just pop into life, even with no battery. Not really much else to talk about with the engine. It's pretty basic. We'll talk about the exhaust when we get to modifications. So the wheels are the standard Honda Supercub wheels. They are an N-key wheel. I don't know if you can see the logo down there, but they're running an IRC tyre standard, and the IRC is a 1790-17 on the front. You've got ABS on the front disc as well. And then on the rear, kind of a little oddity, we've gone back to drum. So you've got drum on the rear, same 17-inch wheel, but you've got an 1890-17 tyre, so a little bit wider, and they are IRC. IRC is a Thai brand, and they tend to be on most Thai Hondas straight out of the factory. ABS disc brake on the front, drum brake on the rear, but they do work really well in combination with each other. The drum's fine on the rear, disc would be nice, but really they don't have a dramatic amount of power, so it's not going to put you into any awkward circumstances, I would say. And just a look from the other side on the rear wheel, and we'll have the same look at the front wheel. I really like the alloy rim. It looks the part, but a lot of people do swap them out in Thailand for spokes. Popwin's on shop, he actually swaps almost every single Super Cub 125 he comes across onto spoked wheels. So I'll throw a photo up of what they look like with spoked wheels, but I'm not mad at the alloys, I think they look quite nice. Okay, so on to the controls. First things first, we have this fob here. Now the top one, as far as I can tell, that gives you a bit of a notification of where the bike is. So you could theoretically be lost in a car park somewhere. Hold this up, where am I? There's my bike, it's over there. Now, we've also got this thing here, which seems to be locking it and unlocking it. And then we've got this thing here which seems to disable the fob entirely, possibly, I'm not sure, but if we hold it down, see that light flashes red, and then I can no longer turn the bike on. It won't, no matter what I do, it won't turn on. If I hold that down again, it goes back to green, push in, and turn forward. And there you go. That is how you turn this bike on. So we'll do that one more time. Off, you push this in, turn it forward, there we go, and then you've got that little starting feature there where it does a full loop of the speedometer up to the 120 kilometer mark and back again. And this is your speedo here. We'll shift over to the switch block. So the left switch block, we've got high and low beam, you've got your horn, and you've got your turn signal. On the speedo itself, you've got a singular button, and this will change you from trip A to trip B and back again. And then on the right hand side, we have the electric start button. So we just tap that, and it starts very, very easily. To turn it off, you've actually got to turn the key all the way off. There's no kill switch or anything like that, but we can easily turn that back on again. And then you've also got your front disc brake here, so your front brake lever, that operates the front disc, which is ABS powered, which is nice, so you can't really lock it up in a bad situation. You'll be 100% fine, hypothetically. We'll see how that pans out in real life. But I have had good results with the ABS on the Hondas. Got full LED turn signals, full LED headlight, full LED tail light as well. Let's show you what those turn signals look like. So you've got the right and the left. We've got high beam and low beam. I don't think it'll work until the bike's on. So if we start the bike up, there we go. High beam, low beam, high beam, low beam. With the bike running, we should also be able to see the tail light as well. Let's try the turn signals on the rear. So you've got right, and then we've also got left. You've got your brake there as well. If we give that an operation, there we go. Your LED light is 100% fine. Alright, quirks and features. I mean, this is a Honda Supercub 125, and as you can see from here, there's not really a whole bunch to it. Of course, there's a bunch of technology there, but what we don't have is any storage. However, you can open the seat. You can only open the seat when the bike is turned off. You've got a little button under here, and you tap it, boom. There's your seat unlatched, and you lift it up. That's literally all you've got there. You've got your fuel tank, It's got a couple of load indications there. The fuel that you can use E5 and E10, which are pretty common in Thailand. The only other feature under the seat here is a button, which is hiding down here. And if we push that, we have a wonderful side cover opening. I'll do that again so you can see it open, push, and then your side cover opens. Traditionally there would be a toolkit in here, however this bike has had the toolkit removed because Derek likes to put a set of sunglasses in there. It's very rare that you'd need the toolkit, although all it consists of is a double-ended screwdriver and a spark plug socket. Pretty standard affair for the Honda 125s from Thailand. We can close that now. The other side cover doesn't open at all, so that's just there, unable to be accessed. I'm imagining there's electrics inside there, but you can't open it. It's not storage, it just is what it is. So that's the basically the only quirk or feature is that the seat opens electronically and allows you to access the other button. You've got telescopic suspension on the front here. Unlike the original Super Cubs, they had leading link suspension. Telescopic did come on some of the later Cubs in Japan. But yeah, these original ones that this is modifying or styling off, I guess I should say, is yeah, a leading link front suspension. So the telescopic suspension is really nice. It's stiff enough for me at my weight, and I'm not a small boy. And the rear shocks, they're fine, they're capable, they do the job. I'm really happy with them. And I haven't been uncomfortable, I haven't bottomed them out. They're only made for one person, of course, so I mean, you can actually, with the original rack that is on here, that's probably another point worth talking about, the rack's been removed just for some weight saving. But there is a rack that you can get a pillow for, or like a little cushion for, and then you can retrofit pulley and foot pegs to these, and then you can have two people on the Super Cub. But in my opinion, it's kind of just a bit too small for it. The Wave has a much nicer, longer seat for two people, whereas this with two people can be a bit of an interesting situation. Probably the shiniest, most exciting bit worth talking about is that pipe that comes all the way along here and says all the right words like Yoshimura Cyclone Exhaust System. It's a Yoshimura pipe, it's genuine. You can even see the Yoshimura logo on the springs holding the two parts of the exhaust together, and it really sounds nice. So I'll get some good clips of that for you shortly. But yeah, apart from that, this thing is entirely stock, and that gives you an idea of what you're looking at in the end, or how big it is. Yeah, pretty big opening there, and a much thicker pipe than comes on the bike stock as well. Much thicker header pipe. Well, that's about it for the Super Cub 125 on small bike stuff. If you want to see more of this, there'll be a full riding video, probably available to view now. If it's not there, it'll be there soon. So check that out and you can see what this thing rides like. Very similar to the other PGMF i125s. It just feels a lot cooler, if you wanted a TLDR. Alright, we'll see you next time on small bike stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks Derek for letting me ride the Super Cub 125.